And as of today, TikTok is back. So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote.
Okay, it looks like TikTok is back. Oh God, TikTok is back. Okay, so just a brief rundown, alright? So for the past, I'm gonna say maybe like what, 2-3 years, the United States government has really been on TikTok trying to get it banned in the United States, and literally, well, it actually was supposed to be banned today. And so there's lots of legislation going around. I have a video about it. I'll link it down in the description below if you want to see the latest updates on that. And so the Supreme Court actually had passed it in order to get banned. However, there was one man who decided to come in and salvage it. One president alone. The man Donald Trump on his inauguration came out and said, "I like TikTok. We're going to keep it." That's where we are today, actually. And yeah, so it looks like TikTok was not going to get banned. I'm going to be honest. Was I surprised? Not really. Not really. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But besides that, today's video is literally just going to be me talking. So there's nothing really insightful. There's no information I have for you guys. I'm just here to dump out my thoughts today because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If it was up to me personally, there is no world, at least for me, where TikTok was gonna get banned on the spot like that. It wasn't gonna happen, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because, one, TikTok wasn't gonna get banned because there's a huge market for people on there. Because you have stuff like TikTok Shop, you have different networking opportunities. There's just way too many people on the app in order for them to just ban it. It doesn't make sense. Lots of businesses would be, you know, trying it or whatever, or lots of businesses will be using it to network out. Now, I have my own gripes with TikTok. I personally don't like it, especially with how the algorithm is on there. It is especially egregious on TikTok. And the amount of like ads I used to get too is insane. So for like the short, maybe like bit I use TikTok, I didn't like it. Even uploading videos, I didn't like it that much. I mean, I used to get, sometimes I get to like what, 1K viewers, like 1K views, but that means but a view on TikTok is like if somebody scrolls past your stuff, right? So that's where that is. So I have my own issues with it. But back to what I was saying. When it comes to like the market on TikTok, it is so massive. Think about this, right? Because nowadays, especially going to like the 2020s, that sounds so weird to say. Hold on, 2020s. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Especially during the time of COVID, something that really came to prominence was short form content, okay? Because think about this, right? COVID, people were spending a lot of time inside. They were watching a lot of content. I mean, a lot of content. And people were on Twitch streams all day during the pandemic, and people were on and all that. And guess what ended up popping up? Okay, now mind you, TikTok had been around for a little bit. It wasn't a brand new app, but it just kind of, at least from my memory, okay, I can't tell you like for certain, but from my memory, it literally shot up in popularity during the pandemic. And so you had people sharing TikToks around, you had people going on that. And I won't get into the science of it because I'll be honest, science is I'm a bit hazy on it. But the short form, from what I know, is that basically you get dopamine every time you scroll down. You say, "Oh, this is cool," and you just keep going on and on and on and on because, you know, naturally some people have ADHD or something, or some people don't have it, or people just don't want to put too much time into stuff. What sounds more enticing? You scroll through 10 videos, or you watch one YouTube video? So that's where we are now. So anyways, it was massive stuff. Then you had stuff like, what's that one content house? I think it was called the Hype House, and you had so many different influences rising up to TikTok. You even had celebrities getting their own TikTok accounts and rising through man, I cannot speak today. Like, you know, the ranks and stuff. It's rising through popularity. And so I see all that, and you're just like, okay, well, that's what it is. And so all of a sudden, fast forward to maybe 2022, it's like, okay, we're going to ban TikTok. We're just like, oh, we're just going to ban it. And was it 2022, whatever. Because I remember during the Biden administration, or no, or I think Trump proposed it, and then during the Biden administration they wanted to push through with it. And so the irony here is kind of on me, but whatever. So, and you have that. So it's like, okay, TikTok to get banned. People are getting kind of worried because, you know, my livelihood is up, is up for debate. Maybe like the 2% people whose livelihood, but a lot of people are, you know, on TikTok is like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now? You know, TikTok's getting banned, and I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, first of all, another app is gonna take over, and two, to be honest with y'all, why we sad about TikTok losing? You know what I mean? It's kind of absurd. So fast forward to like today, where okay, it was supposed to be banned, and literally what ended up happening is that TikTok was actually taken down early, and of course the internet went wild. Some people being like, oh well, you know, good people are gonna go outside now, and oh no, my god, my TikTok is down, and I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, it's not gonna last. But I know I talked about markets earlier, but I'm just going to, like, you know, re-emphasize that there's so much money to be made in TikTok. It's not going to be banned that easily. And even though it's banned in other countries, the United States is one of the biggest markets you want to get into. So naturally, your local politician is probably benefiting in one way or another off of this. But anyways, so I actually want to read you guys the official statement first, because I should have done it at the beginning of the video, but I didn't want to talk a little bit. So here, I have it here where it says, from the official statement and from Twitter, it says here, in agreement with our service providers, TikTok is in the process of restoring service. We thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will face no penalties providing TikTok to over 170 million Americans and allowing over 7 million small businesses to thrive. It's a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. We will work with President Trump on a long-term solution that keeps TikTok in the United States. Now, I know what you're thinking. You know, First Amendment stuff, it sounds good in theory, but free speech in online world is a little bit hazy. And so, to be honest with you guys, when it comes to like censoring stuff, I'm not in the biggest favor of it, just because, in my opinion, the solution to stuff like, you know, national security is one, like government phones should not be having social media on their phones to begin with, and two, we should be enacting better privacy laws so that companies don't steal our data, because that's one of the biggest things right now when it comes to privacy, is that companies kind of just steal data willy-nilly, and I'll never be in favor of that. But, you know, here we are. Though I gotta say, this is one tweet I saw online that was kind of funny, so I kept it. It says here, my TikTok is banned and I live in Canada. What kind of shit is this? And they have the Spider-Man meme going, no! Sorry. It kills me every time. But anyways, like I was saying earlier though, like, I feel like when it came down to it, I didn't see this ban lasting too long, just because, you know, like, there's too much potential in TikTok. And even if I personally dislike the app, I can still acknowledge that, you know, there's a lot of money to be made, and there are small businesses that depend on it. However, to those small businesses, I always say, like, you gotta, you know, stretch out. You gotta branch out a bit. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket. Even for stuff like YouTubers as well, you can't just have all your eggs on YouTube. You gotta have eggs somewhere else. So that's really what it comes down to. And so that way, if anything happens where it's like, okay, my TikTok gets taken down one day, I can always go somewhere else. Same thing with YouTube. It's like, if YouTube gets taken down one day, you better hope you have something backed up, because it's not looking good for the rest of us. At least if you're a big channel, small channel, whatever it is. That's why, like, even when it comes down to your favorite streamers, your favorite streamer probably has a side business somewhere. They're not just streaming all day. Okay, they have a side business, believe it or not. You know, they don't sound the smartest, but they do have a side business somewhere. Or they sell merch or something to keep the brands going on and on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, that's that. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling on here. But essentially, I'm just looking at this, I'm just like, yeah, it went exactly as I expected. To be honest, I actually kind of expected the ban to last a little bit longer. I didn't expect less than 12 hours. I thought it was going to last maybe like, you know, I was going to say maybe a week, 2 weeks, but they were showing it up. And I'm not going to delve into like political like conspiracy theories. I'm just, oh, they want to make Trump look good and blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm here for. But, you know, I will say the writing's on the wall where it's like, yeah, it's kind of convenient. You know, younger people like TikTok, it's getting banned, and you're going to say, I'm coming to save TikTok. It's kind of a happy coincidence. So, pretty funny to think about. But anyways, yeah, and I know people are like, what about the kids? What about the kids? Guys, if you want to protect your kids, okay, this is the truth, okay? Keep them off the damn phone. Like, monitor what your children are watching. Be active in what comes to what they're listening to, and instill some decent values. That's it, guys. I'm sorry, but just giving your kid the iPad is not going to work. Okay? Or maybe take their phone at night. Do something. Because when it comes down to it, when you leave it up to governments to take care of your kids, it usually ends up not going too well for the rest of you guys. And it's not going to end well. So when it comes down to save the kids, it's like, not really. It's like that ban in Australia. It's like you're not really helping by banning it because people are going to find ways to go around the ban. So, But anyways, I think this situation is genuinely hilarious because if anyone with half a brain cell actually thought TikTok was going to be down for the whole time, like it's going to be banned indefinitely, y'all are lying to yourselves. It actually kills me. But anyways, if you stuck it out through all this yapping and me just talking, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social down in the description below. But that's kind of it for today, guys. This world's a fucking joke.